And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to Wings of Being, which is a phrase that I rather not say, but it seems that for today I will have to. Today is a very special stream to me because it is the second time that I've been able to stream for a whole year, as in 365 days without interruption every single day. So because of that, I want to play this game that is one of the few games that I haven't been able to beat on stream, or at least of the few games that I like. There are games that I didn't beat on stream that I didn't like, but I really like this game and I could never beat it. And I'm right at the final bosses. Like, there's nothing left more than one damn fight. But even that one fight is so hard that I could never do it. But maybe something will change today, right? Hopefully the game works at this point, by the way. Because this game runs like shit no matter how good your computer is. That's the worst part about it. So, I don't even remember how this fight was, to be honest. Like, I mean, I don't remember anything about the game. I also don't remember what the lore was up until this point. I really don't remember shit. I don't remember this guy's patterns. I didn't even remember that I got healed. Apparently that angel heals me. Not very useful if you get killed. But you know. Press respawn. What even is respawn here? Oh, R1. That's a very weird button to have respawn on, but okay. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. R1 is not that bad. Could be worse, really. I'm really surprised though. I really didn't remember that you could get healed for free. I also remember that right before the fight, they upgrade your shot, making it more powerful and actually deal decent damage. Which is the reason why I'm hitting from a distance, because otherwise your range shot is very weak in this game, but not after the upgrade. Damn, I need to remember how to control the character as well. Also, I don't quite remember exactly what those magic circles did. I think... Wait, I'm constantly receiving damage? Oh, I think that was the bullshit of this fight. I think I should remember. Like, you are constantly receiving damage. I think that was the case. That was the big issue of this thing. Yeah, you receive damage no matter what. I don't even think you can shield yourself in this, well, shields. So healing is not optional, you actually need to heal to avoid dying. Damn, dude, this shit is... I mean, I knew it was brutal, there is a reason I haven't beaten it yet, but damn, this is even more brutal than I remember, dude. Well, not really. Honestly, I barely remember this. Wait, what was this? Where did I need to go? Okay, so those are obstacles. Huh, that was weird. The problem is that my damage is still trash regardless. And it's mostly trash because you can't hit him when he's out of bounds. So for example here, even if he's there, I still cannot hit him. Oh, he has an insta-laser, I almost forgot about that too. Yeah, that insta-laser, which was the reason why I couldn't do what I'm doing. Oh, nice. what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now is just switching sides constantly, which is not what you want to do. What you want to do is know what attack to expect. If you can't see him, you obviously won't see that the laser is coming. But was that really it? Like, there wasn't any other choice? Oh, if you stay too long in that circle, you get burned, by the way. Also, why am I using this weapon? Shouldn't I be using the... the problem is that this game doesn't let you know which weapon is which. I think it's this one, the one I should be using. Because the whole point of this fight is that you shouldn't go melee against the boss. You should go range. But I don't remember what... Well, let me try. What was this attack that I have right now? Well, if I don't die before I can try... Yeah, this is the one I want. Okay, okay. So this is the one that is the most melee attack of them all. Which means that the chances of it triggering are low. Which is exactly what I want. I don't want the melee attack to be triggered against the boss. Wait. What is that ice for? Oh... Yeah, okay, I think I remember. In that specific attack, what you were supposed to do is move around until you find the ice that Amethyst summons. I think that was the whole point. Trying to come back to the memories, the pain more than anything. Well, the ice seems to be summoned almost always at the same place, in the same place. Problem is that... Well, I remember it being very hard to hit him with it. That's the main issue. So yeah, I think the worst attack this guy had was the Insta-Laser, that is full screen, and I'm pretty sure the only way to avoid it is by going off the screen. Well, not off the screen, but off the platforms at least. Problem is the timing on this. Since you don't have any indication other than trying to remember the timing, there is no other clear indication. Also, something that I need to remember about this game is that you can double jump even after you went off a platform. That's something that is quite important. So I can just drop here and still I'm able to double jump. It doesn't work like in I Wanna Be the Guy, that is quite the opposite. Also, I think that thing that appears right there tells you where he's gonna spawn. I think that's the whole point of that. Because it doesn't do anything. Yeah, so now he's gonna spawn here. Yeah, exactly. That's what that does. It's a visual indicator to where you can expect him. Okay, okay, okay. Did I know that before? I probably should know it. I'm assuming I know it. Probably. I also wonder how much health he has, because it seems that every one of his fragments of that health bar might have like 200 HP. I think he might have 2000 HP total or something like that. Something stupid like that. Then how the fuck am I gonna beat this dude? I remember that in this game, almost every single boss is like this. And when I say like this, I mean that you need to practice so much. If the amount that you need to practice is just ridiculous just to be able to kill one boss. You need to wait a lot more. I remember that being one of the things that was the hardest for me to react in this fight. There doesn't seem to be any tip for that other than timing it perfectly, basically. Like remembering when the... Okay, so he does the laser there. And that's the thing. I know that you can dodge the laser by shielding in one of the platforms. But is that the only way? Or can you jump over it? Because I don't think you can jump over it. Especially because I think afterwards he kinda... like he makes the laser go down, I think. Like he makes it go up and down, which is super annoying to say the least. If it is like that, it's kind of a problem. Fuck. Also, another thing that Wings of V is very known for is the RNG. Well, just like in any Soul Green game, RNG is like a staple. When that attack where you're supposed to freeze him, it's impossible to know, basically. Okay, you're gonna do the laser? Yeah. Damn, you have to guess that he's gonna do the laser. Though I'm pretty sure there are sound cues. Maybe I should put down the music so I can hear only this asshole. That would be a little bit lame. Well, I mean, more lame than it already is. Clearly. Wait for it. Now, I don't know what else Amethyst supposedly does there. Because it's like she attacks him, but it doesn't deal any damage. I thought he was gonna do the laser, damn it. That's the problem, I can guess those sort of things. You just can't guess when you're gonna decide to laser me. So I definitely need a sound cue. So I'm most likely not gonna get a visual cue. Yeah, I still can't tell if the Amethyst is dealing damage there or not. Probably not. When is the laser coming? I know it's coming. The question is when. Oh, he can do... Oh, that attack too. I remember that. That's also extremely random. Like, those things are summoned and they fall in a random place. Hey Kyle, how is it going? What you mean that the Spanish language didn't show up? Why will you need the Spanish language for YouTube? I mean, didn't you say that you don't use Spanish for anything in terms of computer? You had to wipe out cookies? Yeah, not the cookies. Cookies is something that it's such a pain in the ass when you delete them. There is so much shit that you need to re-log into and stuff like that. It didn't stop showing everything in Spanish. Oh, okay. So your problem is that it didn't show in English. Interesting. Well, I mean, I use it in Spanish. But yeah, I know that you don't like doing that. Well, honestly, I think that deleting cookies is kind of like it's like an overkill solution. It's a little bit overkill to me to delete cookies. Couldn't you have deleted the cache instead of the cookies? Because deleting the cache doesn't do anything bad. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. It just, well, deletes the cache. Just for the site. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's not that bad. Yeah, next time try deleting the cache and see if it works. Because usually deleting cache is free. And, you know, by free I mean that there is no negative effect. I mean, the negative effect is that the pages will take longer to load the next time. But once they load once, that's it. And even then, it's not even that noticeable. At least not with today's technology, you know. This isn't the 90s anymore. Oh, that hell disappeared, damn it. It was another fucked up thing, that if you stay too long without picking up the health item, it just fucking disappears. Because why not? Where? Oh, this attack again. At least you can I'm gonna die just because of the HP drain, but I remember that he got some help at half health. Oh, you mean this boss? Yeah. I mean, that's basically the thing that makes this boss extremely hard. If it wasn't for that, this boss wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact that he summons health in the middle of the fight, and health that is not weak, because if it was weak enemies I will be like, well, yeah, it sucks, but I can deal with it. No, they are the annoying ass worms. Probably one of the most annoying normal enemies in the game. So yeah, you remember well, that's exactly what happens. I mean, that's basically the only thing that makes me wonder if I can even beat this boss fight. It really is. Like, every other thing that he has is hard, but not at the level of that. That's ridiculous. That attack is also so stupid. Everything about this fight is so stupid. But it's okay. Well, you can always respawn if you have a bad start, so you don't need to just wait for him to kill you. So for example there, he hit me, so I choose respawn. And that's it. But yeah, this is most likely... The bitch can heal you properly, has to summon orbs that you need to chase, yeah. It's funny because lore-wise I think they all pretend that we are doing the same thing, right? Like we are all fighting together. I'm the one doing the fighting, 2 of these assholes are watching, and the other one is doing her best to help me in a way that helps the boss more than me. So yeah, it's just the way it is. I mean, with this kind of friends, you really don't need enemies. Problem is that you still have enemies. So it doesn't fully work. Yeah. It's just super brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. So here comes this attack. Oof, alright. Yeah, I think I remember one strategy for that attack was jumping at the same height as the purple does. Oh, Amethyst is on the other side. Well, that's a problem. It's okay. And he can casually just kill you by moving, like without any warning. But that's fine. That's fine, don't worry about it. I still want to know how to properly dodge that laser attack. I don't remember if I figured that out before or not. Like the last time that I played this fight, did I dodge the laser or did I not dodge the laser? And it's something that I never figure out how to do. Something tells me that it's the later. Something that I never figure out how to do. Because, I mean, as I say before, you can do it very easily by... Well, very easily, no, that's a misconception. You can do it by hiding behind a platform. But that's not really that good of an idea when you cannot even see the laser, you know. You stood in lower areas, then you air jump into flutter. Ugh. That's nasty. But yeah, I assume that I did that, but I really wish that wasn't the solution. But hey, thanks for the reminder. The question is if I'm gonna be able to get to the part where he summons hell. That's the real question. So at this rate, I don't even know if I can make it there. Oh, and then he does that. What the shit? Okay. Spoilers? What you mean spoilers? I already did that. If anything, it's a reminder. Anyways, how is it going, Yami? But yeah. The laser is still hard no matter what. Because most of the times he's gonna shoot it, you cannot even see him. Cannot see him, and if you don't see the laser appearing, there's nothing that you can do, basically. I mean, you can guess the laser is there, but if you guess wrong, you can get hit by that attack. goes. Wait, oh, he's there. And he does the fucking laser. Damn it. Oh man, the laser, dude. But still, as I said before, the worst part is the fact that he summons one of those little assholes. And since he does it in halfway through the fight, you don't really have any time to practice it, unless you get a very good run. The problem is that if you get a very good run, like... in a lot of other fights, not every other fight, but a lot of other fights, if you get a good run, usually that will be enough to beat the boss. But here you need a good run just to practice how to deal with the health. That's the main problem. I hate it when he hits me with that attack. It's just so annoying. Though something tells me that the best way to avoid the laser, instead of using flutter at the end, I probably should use flutter at the beginning and then use 2 jumps, because that will give me more vertical space to recover. Seems like a better idea. Where are you going? God damn it. Come back here. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Man, how is that legal, dude? How is that attack even legal? And I'm dead, just like that. I'm surprised I'm not. Not like it really matters too much. I mean, this is a lost run, just in case it needed to be saved. But at this rate, there's really nothing you can do. You're not gonna win no matter what you do. Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know. I really don't know if fluttering really is the best idea. Because if you flutter, you can do... yeah, you can do that. That's not bad, but... the issue is calculating when the laser comes. Or rather, when the laser hits you. If you do it too fast, you're just gonna... you're gonna get hit regardless. You will get hit. There are some times where that attack where he just comes forward, that I feel that it's not dodgeable, depending on the angle and the position he's in. It's like sometimes you just cannot dodge it. Damn, that's unfortunate. It's a very dumb way to die. But you know, something that kinda gives me a little bit of hope, though not that much, but the boss right before this, that is basically the same guy but in his first form, like that boss doesn't end when he is out of hell. He ends slightly before that. Though that makes sense because he doesn't get defeated, he just then becomes this form, but I really hope that's also the case here. Will give me some hope, but something tells me that's not the case, especially not if this guy is the fucking final boss at that. One laser yet? No, he won't. But he will do that. Yeah, I also remember for that attack that I used to... that one spawned right at the final moment. What a sack of shit. It's the laser. No, actually not the laser. No, that was... Oh... Yeah, when he gets to 1/3 of health, he does a full screen attack that you're supposed to shield yourself on the blonde angel. I remember that. Like, that's a full screen and dodgeable attack. Problem is that that's the thing, you constantly need to be looking at him. That's the messed up part. You're not constantly like babysitting his ass. It's impossible to dodge some of the bullshit he has. You need to constantly be looking at him. You know, the game itself forces you to constantly move because of the healing. Well, not just the healing, but also the how is it called? The fire circle that forces you to move as well. Here comes the laser. So that's how you dodge the laser. You know, that's not a matter of celebration, because that basically just confirms that it's super stupid to dodge. Just like those balls. It's just so dumb. I really, in retrospective, this fight is so fucking dumb. Like, it has so many things that just makes you constantly do shit that you are not supposed to do. But if you don't do that shit, you can't survive. I think that the biggest example really is the fact that it makes you constantly move, even though you shouldn't be doing that, if it wasn't for the things that make you move. If it wasn't for the stupid ass healing and the fire circles, like, you could stay in one side without any issue. Actually, even if it was for the fire circle, you can still stay in the same platform that the fire circle appears. But yeah, it's the healing, the one that is the problem. The healing really is what makes this boss fight a real issue. For example, there I need to change position exclusively to heal. Oh, damn it. He didn't leave me time for that. If I would have gone down in the middle of the air, I wouldn't have enough jumps. Well, I think I am dead. No matter what I do, I am 100% dead. Well, what's important is knowing the percentages where he activates certain attacks. If you know that, it shouldn't be that bad to do the rest. Shouldn't, which doesn't mean that it won't. Ooh, almost didn't make it. That's so bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. Also, speaking of bullshit, you know, today I learned that they release a new DLC for Dragon Ball Fighters, a game that I used to play. And the funny thing is that it's a character that it's already in the game, just that without transformation. And I'm like, how can you be so creatively bankrupt? Like, at some point it really begs to ask that question. Sometimes it feels just surreal how companies are just milking shit for the sake of milking, obviously, but like no effort put into it. It's insane. Like, you will think that they will at least try to hide the fact that what they do takes no effort compared to, you know, what they ask for it. That's the funny thing. That DLC, to me, like in the Steam store, is worth the same as a good indie game. Well, a good indie game. And non-indie game too, if it's old enough. Well, in fact, it's worth the same. Just to give an example, the same as Dark Souls 3. How can a DLC for a shitty game that nobody plays, that is basically a copycat of another character, can be worth the same as a full game that is good? I'm not that big of a fan of Dark Souls 3, to be honest, but hey, it's still a decent game. Speaking of Souls, I heard that Elden Ring has mixed reviews on Steam, and I was gonna check them, but I don't wanna get spoiled, because I eventually plan on playing that game. Does anyone know why? What's the reason for the negative reviews? Seems quite weird, especially since everyone liked the demo so much. I wonder what made them change their minds. So I don't know. Oh, here comes. There we go. So you just stay here and nothing happens. Okay, that attack is not a problem. As long as you know it's happening. Uh-oh. Oh, here he enters rage mode. Oh yeah, I remember right, he does that laser thing twice. What a bitch. Oh, and that's when he summons this assholes, yeah. That's the worst part, dude. That's really... That's so messed up. He summons these guys like it's nothing, even before he reaches half health. Well, at least we got here relatively fast, so that's something. Absolute dogshit performance. How to do a thingy with the command startup to disable EAC and actually play the game. And some people show the game can feel 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, but that's something that every program really, well, every program that is a piece of shit can do. Like, it's funny how a lot of people say that you should get more RAM. The thing is that RAM is always gonna get used. Like, when the when the system sees that there is enough RAM, it will use it. Even if it doesn't really need it, it will use it. Which is the reason why I don't buy when people say, oh, nowadays you need 16 gigabytes of RAM minimum. Yes, so one program can hoard it all by itself and Windows can take double as much RAM for no reason. I mean, thanks, but I think I'm fine with my 8 gigabytes. But yeah, it's also, it's something that has always bothered me in one way or another. Why programs should take so much RAM when they could not take so much RAM? That's really the main issue. To me. Well, I got 16 and it almost never goes above 15. But it depends on which programs you use, really. But you know, what it's for sure is that Windows will use more RAM if it can. Like, it's not like Windows always takes the same amount of RAM. It depends on how much RAM you have. And yeah, a lot of other bullshit, basically. Hey Riemann, how is it going? But yeah, it depends on what program it is. Three types on Firefox, your stream. Well, yeah, but usually those programs that you're listing. See, that's the thing. None of those programs, except for Yuzu, I guess, but Yuzu is an emulator. But like, none of those programs are games. What I mean is that usually, well, I'm pretty sure there are other programs too, but games will usually always take as much RAM as they can. Doesn't matter if they don't need it, they will take it. Because they give no fucks. They just give absolutely no fucks about it. So that's the main issue. But you know, at one point, bullshit. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So basically the problem is that Elden Ring has bad performance. Also, what is EAC that you mentioned? I don't know what EAC means. Is that some... well, I mean it's an acronym, okay? I don't think I remember hearing that acronym before. Easy anti-clock. Anti-clock? But what does it do? I don't know. Well, doesn't matter that I dodged that because I got burned. to death. Oh, it's cheat. So wait, you disable the anti-cheat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it now. Well, disabling anti-cheat is... wait. Is anti-cheat the same as denuvo? Or are there two different things? Because I'm pretty sure Elden Ring will use denuvo, right? So wouldn't disabling denuvo make more sense? Because considering how performance intensive it is in most cases. Denuvo was anti-tamper. Yeah, denuvo is anti-tamper. Anti-performance. It is anti-performance too, yes. It is indeed anti-performance. But yeah, at that point, isn't that the source of the performance issues? Denuvo? Or are the performance issues stemming from somewhere else? Because I'm assuming someone will have found out the source of the performance issues by now, right? I will assume. RAM is malware. It could be. Ah, that spawned right at the end. I knew that the laser was coming, but I needed to confirm. Wasn't fast enough. Come on, do your full screen bullshit. Bring it on. There it is. Nice laser. Use a thing to watch videos at 60 FPS when they are at 30 and the devs changed it to become paid. So the thing activated a kill switch to disable the filter needed for it to work. Devs are asshats. Yeah, that's messed up. Well, I mean, that's the reason why there are so many people that advocate for open source development. Because if the program is not open source, the developers can do that, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, yeah, there is, but you will need a very advanced level of knowledge to deal with it. Well, not very advanced. The problem is that you just need to know. It's one of those things that I know is gonna sound redundant, but you need to know what you need to know. And that's harder than it sounds. You need to know exactly what's needed to tweak with compiled programs. But I mean, it's very complex for me because I never done it and I have really no knowledge on how to do it, but it's one of those things that if you know And if you have enough practice with it, it's really not that hard. But that's not saying much, because that applies to everything, really. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, here comes the full screen. Of course you are gonna go for the fucking laser. Why wouldn't you? Sadly, I'm gonna lose the healing here. And also this is where he summons health, right? Well, it's where he enters the frenzy mode on when he does double laser. And if he does double laser, you're fucking dead if you don't time the first one properly. Funnily enough, the Linux version of this app is totally free. I don't know if open source. Well, yeah, that's a very big difference. Like, there is what you call freeware, and there is what you call open source program. Freeware is not open source by default. I mean, you can have a program that is free and basically fuck you up in any way they want, if they want to, and you won't be able to do shit about it, which is pretty much what happened with that program that you are mentioning. That's freeware. Well, not anymore. It was freeware. It was. But you know. It's a shame. But I mean, it's one of those things that it's really all about. It's about software philosophy, right? Like, when it comes to open source versus closed source, if you use something like Windows, you really can't complain about getting fucked by updates that completely break the application or just modify it in a way that doesn't have the desired effect anymore. I mean, you can complain about it, yeah, but you know, it's one of those things that has alternatives for that specific reason. Unfortunately, the alternatives a lot of times require some knowledge that not a lot of people have. Well, knowledge and time, especially. More time than knowledge, really. So, you know, one of those things. Damn, that really hit me. That's fucked up. Also, I really feel like I want to watch someone do this boss fight. Want to watch someone do this boss fight and see, well, at least see what they do when the help arrives. Because everything else I can deal with, but that's something that I cannot deal with. I will need to see that. Because at this rate, the same thing that happened last year is gonna happen this year, which is me getting tired of not being able to win. So, you know, I think I'm just gonna swallow the pride and just watch someone beat it. Not like that will help, really. I mean, that's the main thing. It's not like that's an instant ticket to victory. You still need to execute it properly. Yeah. It's a little bit too hard. A little bit. Dude, that's so horseshit. That shit spawned, but it was transparent and it was behind the angel. It was impossible to know it was there. But you know. Unfortunately, you know, this game is the kind of game that you will feel that it has crouching, but it doesn't have crouching. It has slide, but you cannot crouch. So for example, for that circle, there is no way for you to crouch to avoid having problems with it, you know. I would just really like to know what the other players do when they need to deal with the little fuck. That's what I really would like to know. And then after that, if even knowing that I still can beat this, then that will be. That will be a very good argument to just say stop, right? I don't know how to react to that one either. Nope. I wonder how many people have beaten this boss in this difficulty. Just want to, you know, sometimes it will be so nice to just, you know, be able to have statistics at the palm of your hand. Just like that. You could be like, how many people beat this boss in this difficulty and just instantly know? Well, technically you could go to Steam Achievements and see how many have beaten the game in Demon mode, I guess. Yeah, that would probably work. I mean, it should, right? Why wouldn't it work? Yeah, I guess I could do that. Check how many people beat this game in this hardest difficulty. I want to know how alone I am in this. Because it's one of those things that, you know, it kinda eases your pain a little bit. Knowing that not many people have been able to do it. Problem is that knowing the percentage is not really that useful, because there are a lot of people that didn't even try to get here. So, what I would like to know is the amount of people that tried this and gave up. That's what I want to know. Because obviously, if we take into account Steam achievements, that will That will include the people that saw the first level and immediately gave up. And I don't know if I want to count those people. You know. There isn't really that much in common there. That's bullshit. Oh, I also forgot that you can shoot diagonally. Well, diagonally and vertically as well. You don't need to shoot horizontally. Though I don't see why you will shoot diagonally really, but you can do that if you really want to. I guess I could stand on the ground more, but I don't think that would change much, really. Yeah, no, that wouldn't change much. In fact, sometimes you really need to jump to avoid the fire circle, so... Not the right timing. Okay, that's... And yeah, I think I remember, like, one of the main reasons, because you know that Myogi fight, for example, I tried it for like 4 streams and then I gave up. This fight I only tried it for 2 streams. But I think the reason for that is because in one stream, like, I only got to the part where he summons help like 3 times. Like, in 3 full hours, I could only get to half his health like 3 times. That was clearly not something that looked like it was going anywhere. But I don't know. I mean, the good thing is that I don't really have anything better to do. Or, okay, no, that's an exaggeration. I do have better things to do. But the thing is that I'm not really in a hurry to play anything. What if you set attack to auto fire and choose full focus on dodge? It's not that good of an idea. See, you see those 4 dots on top of B? That's the amount of shots you can have. It's not like you can choose to spam them. So if I were to auto fire, the only thing that will do is that on the time that I have the chance to attack him, it's gonna deal less damage. That's the issue. If anything, what I could do is set an auto fire so I don't need to spam it. Right? Like, I could just long press it. I could do that. But that will also not fit many things, I think. You wouldn't really... Yeah, no, that definitely wouldn't work. It's not a bad idea, though, if this was a different game. But yeah, for this game, it's not a good idea. But, you know, creative enough. No, but even, see, like, even if I had infinite shots, the problem is still in the same place. What do I do? What do I do when he summons hell? That's the issue. I can get there, but I don't know what to do after that. You know, with or without auto fire, that will be just as hard. Wait, why is Amethyst on that side? Did he really attack twice? Oh, that's weird. Or maybe because, no, I think it's because if Amethyst doesn't get a hit, she won't switch sides. I think that's the deal, probably. Or is when he goes full screen, right? Oh, come on! So he was gonna do the laser, the laser, not the laser, or whatever it's called. the scream, the full screen scream. He's gonna do it now, though, probably. Yeah, there it is. That touched me. The part in the middle did something. I don't know what you're talking about, particularly. What fart in the middle? I don't think I understand what you mean. Now we move to the left. Oh, yeah, that's where he's gonna appear next. Like, it tells you where he's gonna appear the next time. So right now, he's gonna appear on the right. He's gonna appear there. And the next time, he's also gonna appear there, because it's still on the right. So yeah, that's a very generous way of telling you where he's gonna appear. He's also gonna appear on the right again, because it's back there. Damn, and now he's gonna do it again. 4 consecutive times chilling on the right side. Okay, next time he's gonna be in the middle. Yeah. That's what it means. All in all, as I say, that's a very generous mechanic. Because it will be completely random. I mean, it is completely random. But like, it will not tell you where it is. So not only it will be random, but you will have to eat a dick at the same time. Well, you still need to eat a dick with every other attack, essentially. Every other attack that is RNG heavy, at least. Okay, so he goes crazy here. He goes for the laser first. Nice, at least I dodged that. He's gonna go to the middle. He's gonna do this. Oh, he's double there. That's messed up. Oh, and there is the worm. And you know what the worst part is? That worm spawns right next to you and deals 38 points of damage, which is more than the boss itself. So that's what I need to know. How do I deal with this? Because it seems that you can react to it. There's nothing telling you that it's gonna appear. You should guess that it's gonna appear because of the health bar. And also, once it appears, what do I do? That's what I need to know. Uncanny? Oh yeah, the boss is indeed very uncanny. He's supposed to be the king of demons or some shit like that. That attack is bullshit. But yeah. If I could figure that out, that will be great. But it feels like it's something that I don't think there's much you can do there. And the worst part is that it's not the only one. You might think like, okay, deal with that and then worry about beating the boss. No, it doesn't work that way. Like, you worry about that, and once you beat it, like 10 seconds later, you have to worry about another one. So that's the issue, basically. That's the main problem you have. So I remember reducing the graphics in this game so it went faster. I wonder if I should do that. I don't think that's gonna make a difference, because even with the frame rate, I don't think the frame rate is truly a problem here. Like even with a bigger frame rate, that will still kill me just the same it does right now. Well, kill me, I mean, hit me. Couldn't react on time. But yeah. And that's the reason why I want to watch someone beating it. Because it feels to me like at the moment that worm appears, the whole thing just becomes impossible. I actually don't even remember how I know that there are two of them. That's something that I can't remember at all. Like, did I really beat one? I mean, probably, because otherwise, I don't know. I don't think I could have known. Nice little. Hey Colo, how is it going? I mean, it's a special occasion. Today it's 1 full year of everyday streaming, so I needed to stream this. It had to be. I remember you saying they respond. I don't, but it's nice that you remember it. But yeah, I do remember seeing them respond though. Like, I remember, which is the reason why I felt so hopeless. Because if it was only one, it's still a pain in the ass, but you can tank every hit and still kill it. The issue is when, yeah, when there are more than one, you can't tank. You need to kill him properly. 1 year of what? Of everyday streaming. Like 25th of February of the previous year was the first day that, you know, the first day of this 365 day streak. You're in a phone call working. Well, yeah, hopefully you hear me there. But yeah. 1 full... Well, it says it in the title. So you don't need to hear, you just need to read the title. Another thing that it's important against those worms is knowing which weapon it's being used. Yeah, I know you don't really. In any case, that's another thing that I need to know. Exactly which weapon is the one that they use. Well, another problem is that the only reason why I'm using this weapon that I'm using right now is because it's the shortest range weapon. And being the shortest range weapon means that you can hit him range every time, which is exactly what you need. Oh man. Maybe something that I should do is I should watch a speedrunner do this. The thing is that I remember, well, I remember Draenor trying to, in this game, get a perfect victory for every boss. I think he has given up on that, so I don't hear him talk about that anymore. But you know, that's to be expected. Speedrun on easy mode. Oh, that's right. I forget that speedrunners like to brag about how good they are and they play all their games in easy mode. Yeah, that's something that I almost forgot about. Fucking speedrunners. Well, in that case, I don't need to watch a speedrunner. I need to watch someone that actually beat this garbage in this demon mode. Yeah. The most important thing is knowing which weapon they use. That's the deal breaker. Whatever weapon they use, it's gonna be like super important. I don't really think I should use any other weapon other than the one I'm using, really. You never know. I also remember that it looked like my imagination, but I thought there was one weapon that dealt more damage when it came to range shots. I don't know if it's the one that I'm using right now or if it was another one. That's also another thing that the game doesn't clarify too well, is exactly how much damage each weapon deals. So I never know if I'm using the right weapon or not, you know. Yeah, I remember picking up this weapon. Like, this specific weapon seems like it deals a lot more damage than the previous one I was using. That's the problem, you can know that, the game just doesn't tell you that. It's impossible to know. But it does look like this one deal more damage. It's just that this one has better range than the previous one. Which means that if you get a little bit closer, yeah, that's the problem. You will start meleeing him, and you don't want to melee him. For some reason, melee does less damage against him than projectiles. That's, I think, because projectiles got extremely buffed before you get to this boss fight. So it's not that melee deals less damage, it's just that range deals a shit ton of damage instead. Yeah, I guess I could try every weapon and see which one has better damage. This one seems like it has the best one so far, but I could try one by one. Problem is that I don't have any stat. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Is that real? Does that really only deal 6 of damage per hit? Wait, let me switch weapon. How much does this deal per hit? 9. Wait, 21? It fucking depends on where you hit him, that's the problem. Yeah, but see, another problem is also that the shots behave differently. Like, some of them seem to go through or something. See, this one deals apparently 15 or around that. The normal one, 21, okay, see, that's... Yeah, but dude, it looks like it's random for real. How even? do you... How do you calculate damage? I know that it's probably something like one of those dart targets that if you hit him in the middle you deal the most amount of damage. But I don't know. It seems that this one and the middle one deal the same amount of damage. What about this one? Okay, so this one is like it stops... Yeah, this one... See, it's like they do some sort of piercing and it doesn't fully work. Right, like the damage is super low no matter where you hit it. Right, yeah, the maximum amount of damage I can do with that weapon is 7. Right, for example. With the one that I've been using all this time, is it lower? Because if it's lower, that was quite a waste of time. I think it is lower, yeah. 10. Really? That's half damage? Are you shitting me? Seems to be that case. Well, 12. I guess it's not literally half, but yeah, I think 12 is the maximum amount of damage I can deal. Or 15. Well, it was 15 there. But yeah, 15 seems to be the maximum. I don't know, dude. This shit works in so very weird ways. And the last one. What's the last one? This. It looks like an explosion. Oh yeah, this is the weapon that no matter what always attacks melee. Seems like this one also deals that amount of damage, like 21. The difference with this one is that at least if you hit melee, it will be like additional damage instead of completely... Well, the problem is that it adds more visual clutter, which is not a good thing. I wonder if you can hit range even when you are next to him. No, you can't. If you are next to him, you will do nothing if the melee attack is not charged. So I don't think this one is that bad. Really, the only problem is the visual clutter. That's the main weakness I see it having. But it seems very good. And this will also help probably with the worms. Because the worms are constantly trying to go right next to you. So this will randomly hit them. But yeah, it is pretty clear that this deals more damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember discovering that 1 year ago. that was indeed the case. Yeah, I don't know, I think I'd rather use this one just because it doesn't have that visual clutter. But it does seem like the other one is gonna be more useful against the little worms. Damn, it's fucked up that something that should only affect melee also affects the projectile. Because again, that's something that you don't see anywhere in-game. Something that you will have to consult external sources. So otherwise it's impossible to know. Hey, at least it does seem like that's the case. I fucked that up. Well, I got hit at the beginning anyways. But yeah, you can tell that no matter what, this is super fucked up. Clearly. But yeah. I don't even know what the name of the weapons were. I know that each weapon represents a deadly sin, like, you know, gluttony, lust, envy, whatever, right? Like each one represents each one of that, but you don't see which one is which unless you remember. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that if you go to the menu, it just doesn't tell you. And by the menu, I mean pause, I guess. So this game doesn't really have pause, I think. You just have a, like Dark Souls, basically. Dark Souls also doesn't have pause. Comes the insta-kill. The funny thing is that if you go away from that at the wrong time, you don't get killed, but you get electrified. And by the time you're electrified, you're pretty much dead. There's nothing you can do. Because it makes you slow down, and it's basically impossible to do anything else at that point. You can clearly tell the damage going on. Those screeching insta-kills, I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, thankfully it's not hard to dodge. I mean, you just get to where the angel is and that's it. But I think it does insta-kill. Which will make sense. I mean, an attack that is that slow, that has so much build-up, you will assume that it's an insta-kill. But yeah, that attack is the least of your worries. I guess it can be worrisome once the little worm spawns. When the little worm spawns, it means that you wouldn't be able to move. But that guy... I mean, the angel is still gonna be on the same place, you know. So it's messed up like that. Oh, I'm dead. But yeah, it's as I say. I need to know exactly what to do against. Oh, fuck me, damn it. See, at that point, dude, I cannot even bait him there. I can't even bait him because of the fucking fire circle. That doesn't let me do shit. And those purple things are messed up too. Yeah, I mean, I sound like a broken record, but everything about this fight is messed up. The fact that this fight exists is messed up in itself. But yeah, the only time that you will see real progress is if I learn a trick to deal with the little guys. Everything else is just basically farming to get there and nothing else. Why do you have to move that way instead of the other way? Sack of shit. Everything about this game is messed up. Yeah, that will be an accurate statement. I think you could make it even wider. Everything about Solgreen is messed up. Everything that Solgreen did is something else. It's something else. You know, he gets off to this kind of stuff. Like seeing players suffer. It's the reason why he made these games, after all. You know, that's the main reason. For him, this is pretty much pornography. How do you say fin on Spanish? Fin? What, you mean aleta? Like what the fishes have? Or you mean something else? I don't know. If you mean that, I'm pretty sure it's aleta. But I'm not sure if that's what you mean. And I'm also not sure if that's how you say it. Oh, people from Finland? Well, you say Finlandés. Or you mean the short form? You mean the short form? I'm pretty sure there is no short form in Spanish. Like, it's Finlandés for both the people living there and the language. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is no short version of that. You should say Finnish in Spanish. Doesn't Kyle speak Spanish? No, he speaks Chilean. You know, it's sometimes it's hard to tell, but no, he speaks Chilean. Not quite the same thing. Just don't know the word for people of every country. Well, from a lot of those Scandinavian countries, usually you use the S at the end for the suffix. So Finlandia is Finlandés, Holanda is Hollandés. Noruego will be the, well, actually Noruego and Sueco are completely, yeah, never mind. I thought that I found a general rule, but no, basically you have to guess. Someone from Madagascar. I will throw a very long shot here. And I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it. But I'm gonna guess that someone from Madagascar, you say Madagascar. Because I can't tell of any other suffix that will fit. Right? Or maybe it doesn't even have a word. In Spanish? Yeah, I am saying Spanish. I don't know how else it will be. You have a better idea? I don't know, dude. You have a better idea? You are free to say it without googling it. Come on, say it. How is it called? Without googling. Googling is not allowed. If you're gonna talk shit, you have to offer your point of view, bitch. Yeah, how will you say it? Come on. I mean, I know you're gonna Google it because you are a lying piece of shit, but you know. Just know that, yeah, there are some of those words that it's impossible to know. You Google before I say it? Of course, because you wouldn't dare have a guess at it. Clearly. Too much of a chicken. But it's okay. As suspected. Wouldn't have guessed anyways. I don't know. Malgache. Why do they even put the L in there? That doesn't make any sense. That's so stupid. Why would it be mal? The L is nowhere to be found in the original word. Even Magache will make more sense. It will be just as stupid, but at least it will make sense to not invent a letter where there isn't. But yeah, it's usually the way it is. Some of those, since they are countries that you never talk about, you will never know. The only reason why I know Finlandese, for example, is because I remember when I watched Formula 1. There was this guy called Hakkinen. He was from Finland. And I remember the guys on the commentary saying that word. But you know, without that, if you don't care about that country, it's impossible to guess. Side. That's fine. Damn, I missed 2 healings, didn't I? Also, all the other ones that you meant. The one in Congo, isn't it Congol? Or is that wrong? Because I mean, someone from Mongolia, for example, I'm pretty sure you call him Mongol, right? I think. So I will assume that Congo follows the same logic. Or maybe not. I don't know. Someone from Malvinas, I wouldn't know how you will call that. Well, actually, I do know how you will call it. You will call them Britannico. That's how you will call it. Damn. Really glad that there is no war veteran watching this stream. Really, really glad. I don't know what Beirut is. Is Beirut a country? You saw Malvina's passport? Really? And what did it say? Though I'm assuming it said it in English. Overseas something. Yeah, though I think that for, you know, for all intents and purposes, the best way is to just call them British. As much as our people are not gonna like that, I mean, they are. I wonder if they need to, like, choose like people from England do. I wonder if they need to, like, swear an oath to the Queen. Because, you know, even if obviously the monarchy is completely obsolete, it's still a formality that countries that have monarchy still do. I wonder if people in the Falklands also do that. Would be pretty funny. Because that's what they get for going for the English side. Falklands are to be British, of course. I was thinking about you the other day. Oh, you mean Riemann? Well, I'm pretty sure that with the situation around there, I don't think he... I mean, as long as he doesn't get drafted, he's not gonna feel a difference, I'm pretty sure. And I doubt he's gonna get drafted considering that he doesn't live in a capital city, so... I don't think he really can tell a difference. But I don't know. I didn't want to ask him mostly because it's probably a topic that might be a little insensitive to just ask. But you know, you can answer only if you want. Authorities are just glorified terrorists. I mean... it will be. I mean, see, the problem is, with this whole conflict, since I obviously don't know the story behind it, I wouldn't be able to give an opinion, right? I feel that it will even be insensitive for me to give an opinion not knowing anything about the conflict. You're very unlikely to get drafted. Yeah, I will assume that the major target are capital people. Capital city people, because otherwise it's a logistic nightmare. If you're gonna go to every single city, better to just go to the most populated cities and then do it from there. So yeah, I really doubt that you will get drafted. I mean, even if you were to, even if that were to happen, you can always tell them that you are disabled or something, right? I mean, you will have to do it very well for them to believe it, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. You could just pretend that you are mentally ill. But I don't know, because I'm pretty sure that's something that will be... That's very... Like, I'm pretty sure that has been overdone to death, right? Pretending to be mentally ill to not get drafted. Because that will be the first thing that will come to my mind. If I were to get drafted. Like... You don't need to pretend. Well, in that case, that makes it easier. But, you know, yeah. In my case, I feel that that will be my gut reaction. Obviously, there is not gonna be a war here. And even if there is a war, it's very unlikely that they draft me here. I mean, after all, who will we go at war against? I mean, the British don't give a shit about us, which are the primary enemy that we had throughout history, right? And then the only other war that I remember is against Paraguay. And I don't think Paraguay is gonna like fighting again. For now, yeah, but I don't see, like, I mean, I know that wars are not, like, are never the best option no matter what, that's pretty clear, but like, I don't see any reason why someone would think that going to war here is a good idea. Against who? Brazil? I don't know, I mean... Doesn't seem like a very smart idea, because Brazil is a country that, if anything, is quite self-sufficient, and at the same time we wouldn't gain anything by going to war against Brazil. So yeah, that's the first thing that you think about when you think about wars and you think about Argentina. Yeah, the first country that comes to your mind is Brazil, clearly. But there is zero reason to go to war with Brazil. In fact, you know what? The funniest part is that there are more reasons to go to war against Chile. Like, if Chile really wanted, they could be like, hey, we want the Patagonia, because we don't have enough space. So we are claiming this. That will be something that could happen. That is most likely not gonna happen. But Chile could actually declare war on us if they wanted to. Venezuela. They could repatriate their people back in so they can keep on fucking them up. Yeah, but that will mean that Venezuela will have to go to war against every single Latin American country. Not to mention that that will basically get rid of all the troops that they use for, you know, for repressing people over there, so I don't think that will be a smart idea. Like, moving their military outside the country, the only thing that will do is guarantee a coup. Like, that's the first thing that it will do. Venezuela getting rid of their military, that's a coup waiting to happen. So no, that's not a good idea no matter how you see it. Especially in a place that is so far away as Argentina. Like... we have natural resources. We are a nice target for the US. That will be true, yeah. But, you know, knowing the politicians in this country, chances are that we are gonna give away the resources for free. I doubt that a war is gonna happen. Seeing how many USA dick suckers we have in the country, we are most likely just gonna send them in a package. Here, this one is for you, buddy. No, don't worry about it. You don't owe us anything. This one is on the house. That's what will happen if the US wants resources here. I mean, they already did it, I think. When it comes to setting up military bases, what we basically did was, oh, you want it here? Yeah, sure. You know, let me know if you have any issues. Wanna set up this base here? Yeah, of course, why not? So yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that a war will also be unlikely in that scenario. That's what it seems that will be the case, at least. Because that's the thing, before going to war, like, we are not... Like, something that I like is that we are not really enemies with any country. The only country that you could tell that there is a lot of bad blood with some people is the UK. But, you know, like, the UK going to war against us is like... Why would they do that? Doesn't seem like a very smart idea, no matter what. Everyone else... In fact, you know, that's the funny thing. I'm pretty sure we are one of the only countries that are perfectly well bought with the USA and China at the same time. Our relationship with both countries is extremely... Well, extremely will be an exaggeration, but it's very good. Especially with China. We have a very good relationship with China. Well, and I'm pretty sure we also, I'm pretty sure we have a good relationship with Russia as well. Like, I remember Putin coming to Argentina once to meet our then president. I remember that. I also, I think, remember Xi Jinping himself coming here, just like that. But I think that both with China and with Russia we had good relationships, and I'm pretty sure that we are also fine with the USA. So I don't really see anything bad happening to us in terms of military deployment. I don't think the US cares about us. But China 100% cares. Yeah, but I mean, China... See, here's the thing. China seems like a very warmongering country because they are. But they are only against neighboring countries. Like, what they want to do is keep expanding their borders. So... You know, with us, they will still probably let us be. What they care about is countries like, you know, Taiwan, Vietnam, you know. Those that are very close to them, they wish those were their territory. Well, I think they used to be at some point. So they kind of want to quote-unquote reclaim it, right? That's the thing about that. Like, they can definitely do that. But I don't think they are gonna touch us. Because it's not something that it's... Like, see, that's the thing. When it comes to war, you need to know that the advantages are gonna be better than how much it costs to go to war. It's still a super stupid idea, because I think that the advantages are not gonna be... are never gonna be better than the disadvantages. But if you look at it purely from a number perspective, China deploying troops in South America seems like the worst idea you could do. It's like, what are you even doing? You're making your troops pretty much cross the whole ocean for no reason, when we have a good relationship, you know? Like, China might be one of our number one, well, number two, because I'm pretty sure Brazil has more, but one of our best, what's the word? One of our best, well, you know, the one that has the most commercial transactions, right? I'm pretty sure that we have Brazil and then China in that. What if US sends all troops via Alaska to Russia? Why would they do that? Little bit of trolling. Well, but the thing is, well, first of all, the US doesn't have any reason to interfere here. But even if that was the case, will that be a good idea? What is on the east side of Russia? Don't you only have Vladivostok there? Isn't Vladivostok in the east side of Russia? Cuban crisis. Well, yeah, that's the thing. With how it's going, it does seem... Well, see, that's the thing. That's something that I read. That, you know, the USA is imposing sanctions against Russia, right? But a lot of people say that countries like the India and China are by proxy gonna help Russia. Like, they are the ones that are gonna buy the products and then resell them to Russia. Because as far as I know, both China and India are in good terms with Russia. So even if you put those sanctions to Russia, they can still get those products through a proxy country, you know, which is most likely gonna happen. That's why it's interesting that a lot of people really want a global war to happen. Because, I mean, the chances of that happening are so low because it's not a smart idea. You know? I mean, as much as it sucks for people in Ukraine, there is nothing to gain for the USA to step into the conflict. They have everything to lose. as far as I know. Again, I'm not an expert in the subject, and all I'm saying is just parroting what I read. But I'm pretty sure there is no reason for the USA to get involved in this particular conflict. There is absolutely no reason. Well, you could say that they got involved by putting those sanctions, but those sanctions are, you know, they don't cost too much to do compared to what it will be deploying troops. China and Belarus are 100% gonna do it. World War III happens, there will be no winner. I mean, you could say that about every war. Well, every war that doesn't end in a genocide. Every war that doesn't end in completely obliterating the enemy faction is a war that... I mean, you could say it has a winner, but the consequences are gonna happen sooner or later. You know, the bad consequences for the quote-unquote winner. It's not a total annihilation. You are just basically creating a future conflict. Remember the Cuban crisis? Yeah, but I mean, the Cuban crisis... I mean, Cuba is a country that not many people really care about. Unfortunately, because I don't think they deserve to suffer the way they are suffering with the blockade that the USA is guilty of doing to them for a long time now. But at the same time, Russia, I don't think is comparable to Cuba. It's just not a good comparison, because when it comes to interests, a lot of countries will be more than willing to help Russia rather than helping Cuba, right? Dominican cigars are better than Cuban? I don't know, I don't smoke, but you know. It's basically all about power and, you know, might makes right and all the same horseshit as always, right? Cuba is not a very strong country, so most other countries are not really interested in, you know, going against the USA just to help them. But if we're talking about Russia, Russia is a very powerful country, very relevant country as well, and very big country, differently from Cuba, right? So a lot more people will be willing to, you know, to just tell the USA to stop in front of Russia than in front of Cuba. All the nukes are not gonna happen. Nukes are only there as a, you know, as a threat, as a way to be like, you shouldn't go here because I can just, you know, deploy nukes. There is not really a good idea for anyone to get involved with nukes. Nukes are just there. I know that this is gonna be a very childish comparison, but nukes are pretty much the way to measure the power levels of the countries. So that way, yeah, they are like, oh, USA is this strong, Russia is this strong, you know, China is this strong, right? That's the way to measure power levels in the modern world. They are not used though, because it will be I mean, it will be something that wouldn't get approved by anyone, really. Nobody wants to go to nuclear war because there is no reason to. Doing drugs here is such a shit idea. People mix the product with trash like cleaning chemicals. Yeah, that's what we call Paco here. Which is basically drug on top of garbage. Yeah, that's something that we have. Well, it's they mixed it with poison and many people died. One of them survived and went ahead and had another line. Nice. Yeah, usually, see, here's the thing. When it comes to poverty in this country and many South American countries, a lot of people do drugs because, I mean, those kind of drugs. I'm not talking about weed, I'm talking about what Kael is describing. Like that kind of stuff, they do it because they know that their life is not gonna get better. So it's a quote-unquote easy way of ending the pain. It's fucked up, but yeah, it's how they do it. Because they know that there is no reason to keep on going. Like, they learn that their situation is impossible to get better. And they are like, well, might as well do this. I mean, if that will make me feel good for like a couple seconds and will be able to shorten my lifespan, that's like a 2-on-1. That's perfect. Yeah. And you can tell that's the case because a lot of people are aware how dangerous, how fucked up for your health those things are, and they still do it. Some guys had drug with poison. The guy was an idiot, it wasn't a suicide attempt. Right, well, I'm not really saying that they are formal suicide attempts. I'm just saying that a lot of the people that usually mix drugs with chemicals that basically enhance how lethal the drug is, usually do it fully knowing that that makes it more lethal, and they do it on purpose because they know that their life is not gonna get better. And since it's something so cheap, because sometimes it's composed with literal garbage, it's you know, for them it's a win-win situation, basically. I mean, you don't want to be poor in any country, obviously. I can guarantee you that you don't want to be poor in South America. You really don't. And the funny thing is that, well, at least according to the population census, well, the poll or whatever you call it, like half of the population is considered poor. But that also depends on what you consider poor, right? That's a definition that oftentimes changes depending on who is the one polling. How much we talking? I don't know, dude. I don't take drugs. I wouldn't know. In fact, I'm pretty sure that nobody here knows. I don't know how to deal with this guy. Really feel that I should watch a video at this rate, because I don't think I will be able to figure it out. Not like you can even practice it, because as soon as he spawns you are fucking dead. No matter what. That's the main problem here. Really don't know what to do. Maybe I should use the main weapon. This main weapon is the one that also deals the same amount of damage as the weapon I'm using right now, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I just want to make sure it is. It should do 21 points of damage. Yeah, okay, it is. So I can use this one, and at least against the worm it will be better. It will still be garbage, but it wouldn't be that much garbage. Problem is that this one has better range than the previous one, so it's also very easy to accidentally hit this guy. Especially when his tail is out. Damn it. Oh, it also deals a decent amount of damage. The melee attack, I mean, it's not ideal, but it deals a surprisingly good amount of damage. Something makes me feel that this buff that you get before this fight is intended with the default weapon. And I mean, after all, considering that all of the other weapons are optional, I guess it makes sense. Because if you come this far, and you what was the word? And you don't have any other weapon, you're pretty much boned. So I guess Soul Green was generous enough to think about that possibility. How kind and generous our beloved Soul Green is. Right? What a sunshine. I don't even remember how many hits the fucking worm takes. That's another problem. here is the guy. Timid dude. Hey. Why don't we reach an agreement, Yami? See, here's the thing. Now, I understand that you mean that you think that this is the maximum form of entertainment you can have. But see, the thing is, if you will help me out and I beat this boss, I will be able to play the other game that Solgrim released, that it's apparently harder than this one. Don't you think it's a good idea that you will help me out here so you can see me suffer even more on that other game? Don't you think it's a good idea? Worm spawns during his ground dash attack. I don't think that's the case. I think he spawns when he does an attack, yeah, but it doesn't have to be that one. Though, I don't think that will really solve much. I unfortunately don't have much advice here. Yeah, I know that you also say that you don't remember, but like, I don't know, dude. Like, you really don't remember how you dealt with the worms? You know, when Snake spawns, so kill as soon as possible and slide for faster movement. Right, but... So you say that I should slide as soon as it spawns? Is that what you suggest? That as soon as the small snake spawns, you know. Yeah, of course you come here to see me suffer. But yeah, that's why I say that if you help me beat this boss, chances are that, well, if I beat it, because one thing is you helping me beating it and another thing is me being able to beat it, right? But if I can beat this boss, I'm definitely eventually gonna play Solgrim's next game, which is called Rao, or Roa. And that game, apparently it's even harder than this game. Though even if it wasn't harder, it's a fucking Solgrim game, so it's guaranteed to be a torture. So, you know. I use the close AOS skill to kill Snake. Right, but you switch, right? Because that's the thing. If you use that skill, that's, well, that weapon. If you use that weapon, you're not gonna deal the most amount of damage versus the boss. So, did you switch it in the middle? Or did you always use it? Because if you always use it, you basically handicap yourself for the whole fight. Because that weapon doesn't deal the same amount of damage as either this one or the other one that I used before. That's the issue. I don't think switching in the middle of the fight is a good idea. Like, even if you memorize exactly where the weapon is in the menu, problem is that it takes a while to swap. You need to stay still, that's the biggest issue. I knew you were gonna... Oh, he entered rage mode, what a bitch. Okay, so yeah, Riemann is actually right, it seems that it does spawn in that attack. We Doom Eternal? Maybe. But yeah, I think that this is the weapon that I need to use. Not only this weapon is the one that, along the other one, deals the most amount of damage against the boss, but it also seems like it's the most effective of the two against the worm. The other option, as I said, will be swapping in the middle of the fight, but I don't think that's a good idea, that's the issue. I think that's a terrible idea, personally. What does the satanic diagram do? If you stay too long in it, it will burn you. And burning pretty much means game over, because the amount of damage you get from burn is insanely high. So yeah, you basically can't stay there for too long, because as you can see, the longer you stay in, the faster that it spins. And it comes to a point where it burns you. Well, I could show you, considering that this attempt is going to the dumpster anyways. As you can see, stay too long, you get burned. And when you get burned, you receive 8 points of damage per second. And it lasts for quite some time. So you're basically dead. I mean, it depends, because basically the burn status stacks, right? So if you don't stay for too long when the burn is applied, you might only, and I use only very loosely here, you might only receive 30 damage total. But if you stay for a little bit longer there, you're gonna receive minimum 60 points of damage. And even a little bit longer and you're dead, basically. No matter what you do, you are destined to die. So yeah, that's the issue, basically. But you know. As I said before, the main issue right now is none other than the worm. Anything else is manageable. It's hard but manageable. The worm, the little one, is the one that is fucking me up. And do you see the lights flicker? Surprised the computer didn't turn off. There was some serious flickering. Sometimes I'm glad that, you know, it's funny, and I don't know what causes it, but sometimes flickers like that will make the computer turn itself off. But then some other times, like right now, the computer is like he didn't give a shit. It's like everything is fine. So I don't understand what the pattern for my computer turning off or not during those flickers is. Sometimes it doesn't. Which I'm glad, obviously. So here he's gonna get summoned, yeah. So Riemann was 100% right. Okay, so that guy is dead, but you will see how fast the other one spawns. That's the funny thing about this. Oh, I forgot that he does it double there. But yeah, you will see that the other one, yeah, spawns right there. It didn't spawn because I got killed, but it will have spawned right there. Off-brand PSU problems? You wish. If anything, it's thanks to this PSU that sometimes it doesn't turn off. By default, every shitty PSU will turn off at the slight flicker like this. The fact that it doesn't is precisely because my PSU is good. And as I always say, this is a PSU that I've been having for like 8 years now, and it's still going. I really want to know exactly how long it is that I have this PSU, but it's around that. Kill the snake by the time it finishes its first lunge at you. So you mean like, can you see the cursor? I think you can, right? Wait, let me check. Oh, actually, well, according to OBS, you can't. Well, whatever. Well, the point is that you mean when it goes up and then goes down. When it goes down is when you kill it, right? Out of middle, it goes towards you. Kill it before or during the first attack. Right, but when you say towards, what do you mean? Or you lose. Okay, I get that. But what exactly do you mean at that? With that, I mean. Because towards depends on your position. Where will you be relative to the middle? Will you be above? Will you be to the right? Will you be, well, if it's to the left, it will be the same. Obviously, you can be below. So what will you do? Or will you go to the other platform? Like, how will you do compared to that position? Because what I do is I stay above it. So by staying above it, what I'm able to do is the snake is gonna, well, the worm is gonna go up, and when it goes up, it then goes down, and that's when I attack. Because basically you can make it go up for free just by jumping above the giant worm, the boss. Just by jumping above it, it's guaranteed to go up. So taking that opportunity, you wait for it to go down and you kill it there. Obviously, it's not like it's that easy. You actually need to have enough reactions to do it, but that's what I think. What do you think, though? Left, right side of the center? Really? So, wait, how do you avoid it? Do you jump? Like, you're on the right side of the center. Wait, but you need to jump regardless, don't you? Because, I mean, that guy spawns when the boss goes down and sweeps the platform. So no matter what you do, you need to jump. So wouldn't that mean that it doesn't matter if you're on the right or the left side, it will always go up because you are in the air, right? Or because otherwise, if you jump and you are not above him, like, it will go straight against you and you're gonna get hit. Like, if you don't try to avoid the worm itself after avoiding the boss itself, you will just get hit by the little worm, wouldn't you? I was always on the ground. From what I remember, I never did some aerial combat. Right, but that's what I mean. If you're in the ground, how do you... Okay, you dodge Big Snake, but it was on platform. So basically what you're telling me is, the boss attack, you jump, and then you stay there and do this. Is that what you mean? Like, let's say that this is the center, like right between these two platforms here. So what you do is you stay here, you jump, and the snake is gonna spawn around there. So it wouldn't really hit you because it will probably try to go up and you will do something like this. Yeah, basically, alright. I'm gonna try it. Well, the problem is that I'm gonna try it when I get there, because getting there is not very easy. After dying many times and molding, well, yeah, I mean, obviously. That's what this game is about, after all. Anyways, thanks a lot for the advice. I really appreciate it. Because I really want to be done with this game. Again, not because I don't like the game, it's mostly because I really want to play Soul Green's other game. I'm super curious about that game. I was always curious about that game. But I told to myself that until I can beat this, I'm not gonna play it. So that's the thing. I want to play that game. Thing is that I don't even own it, so I will still need to wait for a sale, because I'm not gonna buy it at full price, obviously. But yeah, I want to play that game too. We can only hope. Can only hope. I'm still gonna try hardest for a bit. Like, I don't plan on giving up after this stream, obviously. I don't know for how many streams I'm gonna try this, but I can guarantee you that it's not gonna be just one. We will see how many afterwards, but for now it's definitely gonna be more than one. Then we will see the rest. Because if I can... That's the thing. If I can figure out that little worm, it's still gonna be hard, right? It's not gonna be easy. But I can definitely do it. It's doable. That's the thing. It's just that little worm that is the problem. Okay. So, let's see. But he spawned right on my ass. So, okay, he doesn't spawn in the center, it seems. Snake going into air is basically insta-loss, yeah, but there was an interesting detail there. The snake only spawns next to you. It doesn't spawn on the center of the platform. So what you want to do is you want to jump to the side. You jump to the side to avoid this guy. You don't jump vertically, because if you jump vertically, you're dead. So you jump to the side, you stay in the ground, and you hit left up. That's the strategy. So it will be something like this. You jump like this, and something like that. That's how it has to be. So you jump here, it spawns around there, and you might be right, can't remember specifics. Yeah, it does seem, I'm sure it spawns under you, because that wasn't even close to the center of the platform. And I also remember that I wasn't even close to the platform itself at some point, and it still spawned right next to me. So it's definitely aimed at you, 100% it is. So you need to move somehow before it spawns, because otherwise it's gonna hit you 100%. That's fine. I'm just gonna warn you though. I mean, not to Yami, because Yami obviously already knows. But this might take multiple streams. And by multiple, I don't mean 2, it might take more than that. I mean, after all, if I'm not mistaken, Myogi took me like 7 streams to beat, or something ridiculous like that, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Myogi took me... I mean, I don't want to lie, but I think it was 6 or 7 streams to beat. Which, Myogi is the hardest boss before this boss. Iku Sanshus got Steam release. Oh, that's right, that was gonna release eventually. How much? Well, don't think asking how much is worth is a good idea, because it depends on regional pricing, obviously. But yeah. Well, I could check right now, actually. I could check. Let's see. SteamDB. Iku-san. It's yeah, okay. I wouldn't buy it off sale though. Like, yeah, it's a reasonable price, but I will wait for a sale, because it's not like I'm in I'm very hurried to play it. But yeah, I will wait for a sale. Yeah, I know you will, for sure. Oh, I also, speaking of Steam, I read, it might have just been a shitpost, honestly, and it most likely is. But I read that they say that Steam is gonna forbid access to the Counter-Strike and Dota 2 servers to Russian players. Is that true? That would be pretty funny because of how stupid it is. Why would you even do that? What are you even trying to achieve? But yeah. They are not gonna, I see. It was probably just a shitpost. And that's the thing when you see things like that on the internet that don't really have a reliable source. It's most likely just a shitpost. That sounds like, yeah, that's what I thought too, because why would they do it? Right? There is no reason. Not to mention, why would Steam even make a political statement like that? It's like, there is absolutely nothing to gain from that. So yeah, I assume that it was a shitpost. Yeah, they will lose a lot of money. After all, Counter-Strike is like the Russians, one of Russia's most played games, and Dota 2 as well, right? So they are just shooting themselves in the foot for absolutely no reason. But yeah, I assume that was indeed the case. Assume that was the case. Like with many other things that are just shitposts. Problem is when those shitposts gain traction. But thankfully that one didn't. Or hope it won't. And melee attacking with this weapon is not a bad idea at all. That hit me for real? That's messed up. I also completely forgot what the name of this guy is supposed to be. Because you know those shitty ass letters are in a very fucked up font that is hard to read, especially with this pixel art graphics. This guy is called Shehol, right? Or something like that. Come on, dude, I hate when he does that. Fucking piece of shit. Oh, damn, that's so unfortunate. Having that shit right next to the ice is messed up. What? I know that this is just wishful thinking, but I think that this boss, one of the main reasons why I gave up so fast at the beginning is because of the overwhelming amount of information that you need to take in at the beginning. Like, there are so many things to comprehend all at once that when you realize that after all that effort of comprehending, that asshole summons a little minion, and that just basically makes you lose all hope. I think that knowing more, like, what is the idea of the boss makes it not that bad. I almost got it. You can tell that the little worm got hit once. He has to get hit twice, I think, with the weapon that I'm currently using, and he should be dead. So I also wonder if I should use the other one or not. Because the other one technically could kill it maybe in one hit. The issue is that even if it kills it in one hit, it will take a long time because it's a slow weapon. This one is instantaneous. Are you winning? Not really. But how is it going, Yannick? To be honest, it took me many hours of trying to notice the snake location indicators, didn't even think about it. But yeah, like, that's just with more practice. Okay, thanks. Yeah, at this point, well, I hope he doesn't have any other gimmick up his sleeve. If he has another gimmick after all this horseshit, because that's the thing. If you know what the whole boss fight is about, the only thing that's on your mind is, okay, I need to execute this and just get a winning attempt. Obviously, the just here is quite an understatement. But the problem is when new information comes in, because it basically forces you to change the way you are fighting. And again, that's most likely the reason why I gave up so easily the first time I saw this guy. Because it's an overflow of information, and when you finally get to the little worm, you are like, nah, this shit is impossible, right? But now that I know what to expect, and that I mentally prepared for this for 1 year... See, that's the funny thing about all this. You could say, you know, this game to me is so iconic that to me it feels like every other game that I play throughout the year is filler. You know, like in an anime, when they haven't catch up with the manga, so the anime needs to have filler because they can't keep going with the story because it hasn't been written yet. Well, that's pretty much how I feel about this game. To me, this game is the main canon arcs of this channel. It's where the story of this channel keeps moving forward. Everything else is just filler. Everything else is just a beach episode. A very long one at that, but yeah. Antagonist arc, yeah. The antagonist being Solgrim, because that's the thing, as I said before, if I beat this game, I'm gonna play the other game released by Solgrim, the one that he released after this one. So, yeah, that will mean that I could keep moving the stream forward, because that was supposed to happen literally 3 years ago. When I started playing this game, 3 years ago is when I intended to play Roa, the game that you know, that he released after this, and I haven't because I wanted to beat this first. Yeah, can't get much more iconic than this, really. See, for example, right there, I jumped too early and I got electrocuted. That's something that I was saying earlier, that if you get out at the wrong time, you don't die but you get electrocuted. Thankfully that electrocution was super... Wait a second. Did you see that? Like the camera bugged for a second there and I could see this platform here. Though I'm assuming that the only thing that it will do is just insta-killing me once the camera fixes itself, but that was pretty interesting. See, it appears briefly, just that it immediately goes away. But that platform is still there. It's just that it's the camera, the one that is preventing you to go there, as you can see. But I don't think that will do anything. I mean, even if it was possible to stay in that platform without suffering any consequences, like having to fall off from it, what advantage will that give you? Because this asshole will still attack you. I mean, yeah, there are some attacks that you will literally dodge without doing anything. But I mean, this attack that he's doing, you will still get hit by it. And the worm, when he summons it, he will still hit you. So it's not like going to that platform will really help that much. I mean, I guess it will help to dodge a specific attack, but since it's not reliable, can't do that. I wonder what part of this playthrough this one is. I think we are in part... pretty sure we're in part 37 or something like that. This playthrough has been going for quite long. Or most likely around that. Which I find pretty funny. Honestly. Like when the stream ends and I edit the name of the video, this is gonna be Blind Run part 40 something. Oh damn, that early? Oh yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, I guess you don't have to go too far against it. And not only you don't have to go too far, you need to land very fast. Like, don't go too far to the side and don't take too long to land. If you do that, you should be able to get the worm. Surely. Which doesn't mean that you will, but it's a possibility. I also kinda wanna try that attack that is like the most powerful melee attack. Because if I can hit the little worm with that, he will die in one hit. Problem is that that shit distracts you so much. There is so much visual clutter resulting from that attack. That is just ridiculous. It's pretty funny that when he does that purple attack, like those purple balls, like you can be close to him because that will hit you without any chance of dodging. Like you need to be far away from him. Oh, ooh, that was close. Why? Damn it! What an asshole! Why do you turn away? See, the problem is that you might think that that looks funny. Well, it kinda does. But what that does is that makes me deal less damage against him. So the problem with that is that, well, I don't think I need to explain what the problem is with dealing less damage. I don't think I need to. Too early. Ooh, I don't know how I didn't get hit there. In case you're wondering, no, you cannot attack him while he does that full screen attack. he cancels the bullets immediately, basically. Damn it, that's what I get for guessing. And he did it there. God damn it, you sack of fucking shit. Another one? Here comes the little guy. Not yet. It's so messed up, that purple attack, because if you don't literally pay attention to every ball, it's impossible to dodge shit with 100% accuracy. And some of those balls travel so far to the side that they will hit you. They will hit you if you don't know that they are gonna be there. Because if you just try to look at the balls and be like, okay, they are all gonna fall vertically, there is one that is gonna fall diagonally and you're dead. Well, you're not dead, but you get damaged for free. Really? Yeah. The attacks have some cues if you didn't notice. Like, die is laser. Yeah, the problem is that I cannot even hear it. I probably should... I should take the music down a little bit, right? Because I don't hear the cues that you... I mean, I hear you are nothing to me. I hear that one, but that's like the only one I hear. Right, but doesn't he say die when it's already too late? That's the problem. Like, he says die when the laser is halfway there, and at that point it's just impossible to dodge, right? Isn't that how it is? He also breaks in, or whatever the fuck that sound is. Yeah, I don't notice that, unfortunately. I maybe need to... Yeah, I think I know what you mean, but I think that it's too late. Like, if you don't look at the animation when he's looking down, I don't think you can do much. Like, I don't think you will make it out in time. That's the problem. Ooh, that was very close. You're always stuck with him. Yeah, the problem with doing that is that sometimes you need to go heal. And when you need to go heal, there's not much you can do. You know? Like, if the healing thing is on the other side of the screen, you can't pay attention to him. I mean, you can skip a healing, but sometimes I'd rather not, obviously. That's bad. Okay, I got him. It seems that is the strategy. Well, the problem is that obviously I'm gonna get fucked by something else, yeah. But I get the idea. It's a short jump to the side, very short jump to the side, and then pointing upwards. Well, you can point to the side and then upwards. Remember Molding because he did his snake flick from across the screen while grabbing HP. Yeah, that's the issue. When you go grab HP, the two attacks that can fuck you up without having time to react are the aim attack, which is this one, or the laser. And if you guess wrong, you're gonna get hit by that. So yeah, it is like that, yeah. That's what you gotta do. It's still relatively hard to do. It's not simple. And what's especially hard is, well, obviously this is something that takes practice, but it's hard to keep composure for the rest of the fight, you know? Because that feels like something that it's so tough to do, that you are like, damn, I did it. And no, you didn't do shit. You need to keep going, you know? So yeah, that's the issue. But hey, at least I think we have all the information we need. I think all of the information is with us. All of the techniques, the strategies. So the only thing left is executing them and win, obviously. It's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be hard and it's gonna take time. And again, I cannot guarantee you that I'm gonna be able to do it. As much as I'm gonna try very hard, there is no guarantee that I can win. But I will try. That's something that you don't have to worry about. I'll definitely give it a very good attempt at this. What an asshole. That was pretty good. Damn it. Oh, he activated Rage. I didn't even check the HP. He was at 40%, which is when he rages. It's okay. Also, speaking of anniversaries and all that shit, there should be 3 more days until I did the last stream on Twitch. So the question is, are the guys at Twitch gonna rescind my affiliate status, or are they just gonna stay like that? Smashing being so salty that you rage at 60 HP. I know. I wish I could rage at 60% HP. I mean, to be fair with this guy, I already beat him once. I mean, not this version, but I already beat his manly looking version. So now he's salty because he has to resort to that ugly ass looking version just because he has no balls. Or his balls are not heavy enough. No, too early. It's okay. At least if you fuck that up, there is still a chance, low, but there is a chance that you are not gonna get hit. And that's all that matters, really. It also depends on the RNG of the obstacles that he summons in place, obviously. Die. That was almost too early. Almost. You want nothing to do. Really, that's gonna hit. Oh, that's, yeah. That killed me because I used the first jump unnecessarily, unfortunately. In that scenario, you could have slid and dropped very fast. Yeah, that's something that I'm not taking into account, but you're right. I could slide to drop down. Because otherwise it's clear that you don't make it in time if you can't react in time to the laser. If you don't slide, it's literally impossible. Yeah, I didn't think about it, thanks. I'm gonna try to remember it for the next time. Hopefully I do. Uh-oh. Well, that's another problem, for example, there. When you want to attack him a lot. That, you know. Oh, that's so messed up, dude. There's nothing I can do there. If I stay where the ice is, I'm gonna get burned because of the fire circle. That's so messed up. And the worst part is that that's completely RNG. If it happens, you have to swallow it. Yeah, it's like there's nothing you can do about it. Get fucked. Just like that. Now, you know what the fact that the fact that part about this fight is, just like every other fight, like, you know that I'm most likely gonna get very close to killing him, and I'm most likely gonna die when he's 10%, right? You know that's gonna happen eventually. I mean, I hope at least that I reach that far, but if I reach that far, you know that's gonna happen, right? That's the messed up part. I think about it and I'm like, damn, I really need a lot of mental fortitude to when that happens. Because it really is one of those things that it's not an if, it's when. It is gonna happen. That's messed up. Where? Oh, there. Oh, you are a sack of shit. I'm dead. Damn it, dude. I thought he was gonna do the... Sometimes he takes a lot longer to summon the worm. Like, sometimes he does it almost immediately, and sometimes he does 3 other attacks before doing it. So that's my bad. I shouldn't be expecting that. I should be expecting anything. Reminds you of the good old days of PDH and Ame no Norigoto. I mean, PDH is still there, so... PDH is still an objective that has not been fulfilled, so... yeah. That can still happen. You know. You know, the thing about the PDH, I mean, if I get it eventually, it will be great, but it's something that I don't really give that much of a fuck if I get it or not, you know? Like, one of those things that is very inconsequential, right? Like, it's one of those things that could happen or could not happen at all, and I feel that it's not gonna make that much of a difference. Which is not the same thing that I can say with this game. Like, this game, I want to beat it, and it's not the same if I don't beat it. You know, BDH is like, whatever. I mean, after all, see, the thing about those kind of things is that the challenge is pretty nice and everything, but it's not even intended that you do that. Like, bombs exist for a reason. What you are... oh, he's gonna do the insta-kill? And that's surprising. I wasn't expecting him to do the insta-kill there. Okay. Oh, that was too high. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Damn it, dude. That was a way too high of a jump. That's the problem, dude. Like, if my brain is in a mode of expect anything, when I see that attack, I don't think of the worm, so I should jump it as I will jump it normally, which is by double jumping. That's the issue. So I need to expect it. But if I heavily expect it, the same thing that happened at some other time is gonna happen again, which is not expecting another attack that is completely different, you know? Maybe something that I could practice is every time he does that attack where he sweeps the platform, I do only one shot. Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. So that way I will condition my brain that every time that attack comes up, regardless of what happens, I will only jump once. Problem is that it's hard to change that habit now. That's the main issue. Like, when you do something for so long, it's hard to do it differently. Like right there, though I wasn't in the best of positions there, but that could also apply for when he enters rage mode, honestly. Damn it, why? I don't get it, dude. Why are there some times where he turns around just so I deal less damage? What a bitch. Oh, I didn't get that. So I guess there is also a value on double jumping. I mean, here, when he doesn't summon the worm, because that way I can get out of it a lot faster and I can pick up the healing item on the other side. Damn it, bad timing. Well, see, for example, right there, instead of switching platform, I should have stayed there. Yeah, but that's the thing, dude. It's very hard to be like, he's gonna do this attack, I'm gonna react like this, you know. 'Cause it's not natural to react that way. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I still got hit there. Well, at least I didn't die, but... Oh. Yeah, okay. So, well, that's another thing that I need to get used to. Right there, I should have slid to the bottom. The problem is that sliding to the bottom, I think it makes it too easy for me to miss input. Because it most likely will mean that since I will spam that button, I will, as soon as I get off the platform, I will use flutter. That's the issue, because it's the same button, basically. That's the main problem of that. Of sliding down. I guess I could do it again in any situation, regardless of when it is, when the laser happens. But I don't know. Like for example here, yeah. Yeah, it's just having enough reactions to use flutter at the right time and not too soon or too late. Once you are down the platform. Oof, that was close. Here it comes. Was a little bit risky, but that's fine. Nice. Oh, I got burned instead. Oops. That's very bad RNG. Oh, and he does it every time. I thought that he had like some delay, but no, he does it every time he uses that attack. That's messed up. Every time he does that attack, he summons a worm. Like, I thought that maybe he had like a 10-second delay or some shit. No, this motherfucker, anytime that RNG decides that attack is gonna come up, he's gonna do that. Can you believe that? Zero shame. Zero shame and zero honor as well. Oh, come on. But then again, this guy is supposed to be the king of demons or some shit, so I mean, I don't think honor is something that he will strive for. I almost overshot there a little bit. Oh, I forget that sometimes randomly he decides to go for the middle after that attack. Spawn there. I wish I could stay there longer, but that circle. Oh, that's so unfortunate. God damn it. Alright, let's do 3 more tries for today. And we will continue tomorrow. Just 3 more tries. And we will continue the farming tomorrow. I think for that purple attack you need to pay attention to the last 2 balls. Everything else is worthless. I think that's the strategy for that. You want nothing to me. Oh, dude, it was almost impossible to dodge that one. Fucking RNG. Oh, he's gonna do it again, look at that. And this time he does 3. Seems that every time he does that, he turns up the intensity, the fuck. How is it called? Intensity. Antagonist is still beating the crap out of the protagonist. Well, see, that's the thing. It's always like this. I mean, after all, isn't the Goku versus Frieza fight like 6 episodes long, if not more? Well, and that's just Frieza. Like, things like the Boo fight are ridiculous. Things like the Boo fight and the Cell fight are so stupidly long. The Frieza fight is nothing in comparison. So the thing with Frieza fight is that the character that could actually beat Frieza, which is obviously Goku, appeared like after like 10 chapters of the Shover characters holding him off. Making the Spirit Bomb. Well, that's the funny thing. I think the Spirit Bomb only took 2 chapters. The rest of the chapters were basically, well, before the Spirit Bomb, it was basically pure martial art shit, right? Then came the Spirit Bomb, that is like 2 chapters. And then comes the Super Saiyajin fight. And that one takes like 3 or 4 chapters, I think. Wait, how many attempts? That's the second one, right? If that's the second one, then we're gonna go to a third one. This is the third one. I think this one is the third one. We will still stay here. You see, that's so bullshit that no wonder so many people when Solgren made I Wanna Maker levels, they basically flooded it with downvotes. You see shit like this and you really think, damn, Solgren, you really, like, if you weren't a game developer, you will be a serial murderer. Because this shit is not normal, dude. This amount of sadistic bullshit. Like, if you weren't a video game developer, you really will need to have someone to check on you constantly. Because God knows what things you will do. Got it. Nice. On the middle. Come on, that barely even touched me, you piece of shit. Another problem that you have is that when he enters rage mode, he becomes faster, and the problem with the fact that he becomes faster is that you have less time to damage him. Not to mention that his attacks take more time and everything. But there's basically not much you can do to attack. And the problem is that he will keep doing this warm attack if you don't deal enough damage to trigger the next attack. Because I'm pretty sure that the next attack is most likely gonna be the attack where you're supposed to freeze him. And you can basically deal free damage there. That's the issue here. But in any case, that's gonna be it for me for the day. At least, you know, regardless of whatever happens with this game, what matters is that I've been able to stream yet again for 1 year in a row, like every day without stopping. So that's already an achievement to me, which is what truly matters. I will still try to beat this, as I say before, but yeah, what really matters to me is making this personal achievement of for a second time streaming 1 year every day. But yeah, again, I don't know if that's gonna happen again, but you never know. Avoiding the try-harding of Wings of V, no. I'm gonna try hard. I don't know how long, but I will try hard. It might happen, yeah. I don't say no. I mean, it might happen again that I will give up for another year, yeah. It could be a possible outcome. But for now, at least, I think that we should be mostly fine. In any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more Wings of V. So have a good one, and take care everyone.